checking in. So I wanted to give an update on where I am as far as my progress and my stats from my VSG surgery January 16th, 2021. So I am out of town right now. I am in not the Dominican Republic, that was last month. I am in Cancun, Mexico. We're staying at the Dreams Natura Resort. It is a fairly nice resort. It is not adult only, but it is all inclusive, and it's a nice resort. So as of today, I am 47 pounds down, almost down to 50 pounds. I started at 242 and I am now at 194.6. I am so excited about that. So now my goal for this week is not necessarily to continue to lose weight because we are on vacation. If I do, which it may happen, I'll be ecstatic. I'll be super happy. But I just want to make sure that I try and maintain my 194 for the duration of the trip. Our last trip last month, I did end up gaining 3 pounds from vacation. When I got back home, I was 3 pounds heavier, and for me that is great. So I wasn't too upset because that week we got back, I lost 6 pounds. I lost that 3 that I gained and an additional 3 pounds, and since that trip I've lost 10 pounds. So I'm not gonna stress out about it too much because we are on vacation, but I'm just gonna make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as far as eating the snacks that I brought, making sure I am staying hydrated, and trying my best to stay away from the sweets. The alcohol we'll talk about later. Want to pretty much come back and learn from my mistakes from our first vacation last month in where were we? Dominican Republic. So I stated in my last video that the resort did have options of things that we should eat, being VSG post-op patients, but the options weren't as plentiful as one would need. Maybe not but what we would need. So as far as like snacking and just having good options available for you, on the go, on the fly, they didn't have what you needed. So my number one recommendation in my last video was to come prepared, or to go prepared if you are traveling after your surgery. So I came prepared. So at the airport, I had a protein shake before we went through TSA. I had my water bottle. I definitely made sure I had the essentials in my body before we even got to the terminal, because there weren't a lot of options last time. So I had my peanut butter. I also had some almond butter in the little packets. I already ate those, but I was able to pull that out on the plane. Like I said, I made sure I was hydrated. So I definitely felt much better this flight than I did on my last flight to the Dominican Republic. On my last flight, I almost felt like I was about to pass out, y'all. I really felt dehydrated. I got overheated. I had to start feeding myself and drinking water like rapidly to try and combat how I was feeling. That did not happen at all this flight. So I am thankful for that. And I really think it's attributed to making sure I had my protein shake before we got to the terminal and having this little peanut butter snack on the plane. So now that we're at the resort, we've eaten about maybe 2 or 3 times now. And just like the breakfast in Dominican Republic, the food is pretty much the same. It's not the best, but it'll do. So for breakfast, had eggs. They didn't have, we did a different kind of dinner, like a VIP dinner, and you would think that it would be VIP status, but it wasn't. That's neither here nor there. But I didn't have any meat. I just had my eggs, I had a piece of watermelon, and I did try my one pancake, and that sufficed me. I did put my almond butter on my pancake. This is not almond butter, but I put my almond butter that I brought on my pancake, and that helped with additional protein. And I definitely got full from my breakfast. Dinner last night, I had a top sirloin, and that was decent. Didn't have any veggies or starches on the side. But I also mentioned in my last video that I was going to bring these little chicken creation packets, so that if we are out and about at the pool or the beach and I get a little hungry, I'll be able to have something that I know is great for my diet. So I just ate my first one, just to hold me over until we go to lunch, and it is definitely a great decision to make. I am super proud of myself for not grabbing some M&Ms in there or some Pringles that's in there. I have my protein here that's gonna fill me up and hold me over until we get to a decent lunch. So that's where we are right now. I'm feeling way more optimistic than I did the first trip, making sure that I'm prepared and we're ready to see how the rest of the days go. All right, I'll check back in later. TTYL. Alright, so I am back from my most recent vacation to Cancun, Mexico, and I just want to give a recap about how it went. Pretty much comparing being 3 months post-op and going on vacation from being 2 months post-op and going on vacation last month. This trip was a lot more successful than my previous trip. So just to give a brief recap, I am 2 days away from being 3 months post-op from my VSG in Tijuana, Mexico. I started off at 242 before my pre-op diet, and I am now down to, drumroll, I am down to 194.4 pounds. So I think that was about 47, 48 pound loss. Yeah, because, yeah, 2. All right, so about 48 pounds down. I am really, really aiming to lose these last 2 to make it to 50 before the 16th comes. And I really think I could do it if I just stay focused, get my protein in, get my water in. I really think I could do it, guys. But I know that I would be further along at this point if I didn't go on vacation. So we all know vacations, you eat, you drink, you don't exercise as much. You know, you're taking a break from your day-to-day life. So I will say this past vacation, I was a lot more prepared when it comes to my food. I had a better mindset when it comes to my drinking. And I had the intent to work out. I took workout clothes, but I only went to the gym once. It's better than not going at all. So I think my key success for this trip was mainly having my own snacks. So I mentioned before that I took my peanut butter snacks, you know, the peanut butter to go little packets. And I also had some chicken packets, like chicken creation packets. I used those when I just had a quick hunger come on, when we were in the airport or on the airplane. Those snacks really came in handy because it prevented me from choosing something that I know I shouldn't have been eating, like some chips or going to the restaurants and getting a burger or something like that. So I really, really, really am glad that I came prepared this go round. So for breakfast, you know, I did the typical omelets, a little bit of protein with bacon or whatever. I would bite a piece of pancake or French toast, not too much, just one bite, I promise. That's it. I just wanted to get the taste in my mouth. But I did not stray too far away from my protein. Lunch, I would eat my packets, or I would have a little piece of chicken from the bar grill by the pool. But nothing too much. I didn't even do a burger this time, guys. Last vacation, I would eat a burger, you know, just the patty and not the bread. But I didn't even have to eat a burger. For dinner, I would try and stick to seafood. This resort had more of a seafood option than the resort in the Dominican Republic, than the Breathless in the Dominican Republic. They had a lot of seafood options that I truly, truly appreciated and was able to take advantage of. On top of the small little beef and oyster sauce or, you know, something like that. But I really, really did a lot of seafood. And that was my problem, I felt like, the last trip. They didn't have a lot of seafood. So I was forced to eat beef and chicken and other stuff that I didn't really want. That was still a little heavy for me. But the seafood, y'all, was great. We even went to some restaurants off the resort that really were delicious and amazing, and I can't wait to go back. As far as drinking goes, you know, the last trip I was drinking Disaronno straight, thinking that that was gonna be good for me, but it had a lot of sugar, unbeknownst to me. This time I stuck to tequila and vodka. Of course, not at the same time, but like one day it'd be tequila, one day it'd be vodka. And I would just drink those straight, no chasers. I would add a little lime in there to, you know, not make it so strong. But I didn't mind if my drink would get watered down a little bit. Of course, that'll help. I'm not drinking, you know, normally. So one drink would last me a good hour. I would just let that stretch out, and you know, I would get a little buzz here and there, but it was not to the point where I got drunk. That wasn't my intent, and it didn't happen. So I'm really proud of myself for sticking to those beverages that don't contain a lot of sugar, and it still allowed me to feel like I was on vacation. I didn't feel left out from the group. You know, when everyone was drinking, have a good time, I just did my little vodka straight, vodka on the rocks or tequila on the rocks, and I was good to go. As far as exercise goes, I did not exercise as much. I feel like, I wonder what's my excuse. I feel like, you know, we woke up and we wanted to rest and relax, and we went with the group. My family also went with us. And, you know, we wanted to hang out and, you know, just get things done. We went off the resort. So exercise didn't fit into my schedule except for one day. And then at another time, I did my water aerobics. You know, I like my water aerobics. So that's it for exercise. One day is better than none. That's how I feel. So in all, I only gained 1.5 pounds. I'm super excited about that. I did make sure that I was cleansing myself. I did take a Ducalax while I was there, and it helped me to remain flushed and not so bloated. But I only gained 1.5 pounds, and I'm really glad about that. I'm not too concerned because I know that I can get it down this week that I'm home, and we'll be good to go. So again, all in all, the trip was much better. I would recommend, again, that you all, if you're thinking about going on vacation after surgery, don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to go. Just make sure that you're prepared and that you know what to expect. Know that you won't always find something that you should eat. So you should have something yourself. Drink your water. Always stay hydrated. Matter of fact, my husband bought me this cup that I was able to take with me, and I made sure I always had water in it. And I think it definitely helped me to stay hydrated. Waking up in the morning, drinking some water, you know, things that you're supposed to be doing at home anyway. Just don't forget to do it while you're on vacation. And of course, always give yourself some grace. Don't beat yourself up if you have a bad day. Just acknowledge the mistakes and do your best to correct it. Grace is extremely important while on this journey. Everybody is different. No one body is the same. All you can do is do your best. All right, guys, that's it for now. Next, I will be having my 3-month update. I'm excited to share where I am and some things that I feel like I wish I would have known going into the surgery, and a lot of things that I have learned thus far. All right, TTYL.